Hi folks, happy St. Patrick's Day today. I'm Dr. Brad Semp, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 11 of the Busyness TV show on busyness.com. Today's episode is brought to us by our friends at listping.com. Listping is an email management and autoresponder service geared to helping you to grow and manage large and responsive email lists. You can create an account right now for only $1 for the first 30 days by visiting listping.com. In today's episode, in the special St. Patty's Day edition, I'm going to cover something that my wife and I call Family Jam. We're then going to jump into an I Hate Guru segment, a very new segment where I interview a dear friend and business colleague by the name of Ron Bercume, who is an excellent graphics artist. And finally, I'm going to wrap up with a segment, one of our Productivity Sucks segments, on a website called Evernote. It's now time for our Design for Action segment. This is a segment in which we help you to take control of your actions and stop allowing your actions to control you. Now today, what I'd like to talk about is something that my wife and I have designed, and we call it the Family Jam. Now, what this means is with 5 young children, there's times in which our house, no matter to the best that we can do, my wife and I can do, stuff gets messed up. And it looks like at times a tornado came through our house because as soon as we pick up and you've got 5 kids moving behind you, they're pulling stuff down and spreading stuff across the floor faster than we can pick it up. So what we've done, and I absolutely give all the credit in the world to my wife for this one, but what we do is we take the concept of action units. As I've looked back and said, what are we doing here? It's the concept of action units. It's real short, focused time. So what we actually do is we'll say, all right, kids, come on in. It's time for a family jam or a family jam cleanup. And so we'll come in and we'll huddle up and we'll explain what we're going to do for the next either 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So think about that, 3 minutes, that's only 0.2 AU. 3 minutes, 0.2 AU, that's 3 minutes of 15. And we set a timer and bam, we say go, and we just run around like crazy. Real focus, picking everything up, getting the house in immaculate condition. Taking that stress and and the feeling of overwhelm off of Lee or my shoulders when it's just like, oh my word, I can't do this anymore, right? Any of you that have kids know exactly what we're talking about. So think about this concept, the Family Jam concept. Think about how it applies from an action unit perspective. It's only a 2-3 minute short, focused burst of action. When we have 7 people, right? Actually, Peyton's only 5 months, so she's not really working. So six people working to clean something up over that short, focused period of time. Lots of action gets done, and the results that we want get generated. So what do you think about that concept of the Family Jam? Scroll down below and comment. I'd love to hear what you think. If you maybe implement something that's similar or utilize a similar concept, how does it work for you? Engage with me, because I'd love to hear from you, and I'll engage with you back in that comment area. It's now time for a segment that has been very underutilized, and it's called our I Hate Gurus segment. Now this is a segment in which I interview people of knowledge, people of expertise, and specifically looking at topics pertaining to busyness and becoming unbusy. Now, it's not that I really hate gurus, I just don't like the word guru. So hence the segment name. Now today I have a very special guest on with us, and this is a gentleman who has made posters for the Miracle on Ice Fantasy Camp, worked with many rock legends such as Greg Allman, Leon Russell, Derek Trucks, Taj Mahal, Los Lobos with La Bamba. He was a speaker last fall at WordCamp Philly. That's a very popular WordPress convention, seminar. And this gentleman is an absolute right-hand businessman for me, and more importantly, an absolute dear friend. And we have worked together for almost 5 years now. He is a schooled and very experienced high-end graphics artist, professional designer, and his name is Ron Bercume. And Ron, I'd like to welcome you to the show. And my first question is, you're not really a guru, are you?
No, Dr. Brand, I eat them for breakfast, sorry.
I just wanted to clarify. It's not that I hate gurus. I just don't like the word. But Ron, let's jump right into this. Thanks for being here again. And from a branding perspective, this is something I've learned from you, and it's rubbed off on me. And so I really believe that it's very important to establish your brand through your logo, through corporate identity, your website, on and on and on. Everything that you do, your brand must resonate. So what is it that you can tell our viewers about branding their business? What should they think about in branding their business?
Well, Brad, I've been a lot of speaking events with you. As a good friend and a business colleague, I see you use the words consistency a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's probably the best way to look at it. That you have consistency between anything from, well, first and foremost, your logo. Your logo usage on a business card, to your sales sheets, to your flyers, to your logo imprinted on a watch band, to your pens, to your vehicle displays, to your Super Bowl commercials and your signage on the blimp, on the Goodyear blimp, above the stadium. There's that vocabulary and language and syntax and holistic image and how that lands on people.
So essentially, Ron, anything that you put out, such as your website, your business cards, any marketing collateral, everything needs to be branded consistently. Is that what you're saying?
Well, without doing a 4 or 5 or 6 hour kind of interview right now, yeah.
Great. Yeah, we need to boil it down. Absolutely here. So that's great advice. So I want to shift gears here for just a moment and talk about action units. Now, and the action unit or AU planning method is something that I've recently introduced. It's not new. It's something I've worked on for years, but have just now gotten to the point where I've been able to package it up and prove it out with folks, and in last week release this to the world, right, Ron? So, Ron, now what was important here is that after the Business Live event last week where I talked about this concept of action units, you called me after and you said, Brad, wow, that really impacted me. And it opened your eyes in a few ways. Can you share with us how the concept of action units and the AU planning method has impacted you?
Oh, I think we were talking, I think, the other night about where we came together at elance.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we came off that webinar. And I think I had mentioned, I don't know, for our audience, just so they know, more than half a decade ago, we came together on a logo design project on Elance, which is an online marketplace where I prospect for sales leads and new customers.
Yeah.
Okay? So the big question for me coming out of that is, how much time do I spend? You can break it down to the day or the week. Let's just break it down to the week. How much time do I spend every week right there on that specific marketplace prospecting for new clients?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the answer to that question is I need to spend a minimum dedicated 20 minutes every day, 5 days a week to put in an average of, let's just say, a dozen bids,
Mm-hmm.
which my close rate is one of those, not a percentage, but one of those between 10 and 12, around that.
Which essentially equates to Y dollars. Now, Ron, so what you're telling us is that for just being consistent in 20 minutes a day, now that's 1.33 action units, 1.33 AUs per day, that if you consistently spend that time each and every day throughout your week, your working days of the week, that you're able to generate the 12 bids per week, and therefore then based on your closing percentage, the 1 or 2 projects per week that you'd like to add to your portfolio. Is that correct?
And spanking new.
Awesome. Not even counting all of the residual or follow-on business from those new clients.
And again, this is a sliver of my AUs, and let's just say my one company, which is me,
Mm-hmm.
on Perfume. Time, of my 8 companies in year 5, or whatever,
Yep.
One sliver of a fraction of what it takes to put in context with me to be successful with something, or effective, I should say.
Yeah. So what is it about the AU planning method, Ron, that that hits you? That, as you told me, really opened up your mind? Is it just that it allows you to take short, very focused action on a consistent basis?
Wow. Yes, and no, but I think more importantly and personally, it's a pain point because we use task management software. You know, we're concerned with productivity and time management, and we use this software upon software and systems upon systems to put all this stuff together. This just boils it really down to something that's simple to understand and that relieves anxiety and stress and get you a top-down label to categorize all that stuff and make things even more clear when you might be all over the place over time.
Yeah, it's about taking control of your actions as opposed to letting your actions control you. So thanks for that feedback. Awesome stuff. Now, Ron, I know where to find you, but can you tell us where the folks viewing this business TV show can find you?
ronbercume.com.
All right, so that's RONBERCUME.com, ronbercume.com. And also that's where Ron's main website is. But he's doing some awesome philanthropic work at I Live With a Disability, or ILWAD for short, but ilivewithadisability.com. You can also check him out at obeyyourdesigner.com and obeyyourposter.com. So Ron, with that, I'd like to thank you very, very much for all that you do for me, for being a friend, a business partner, for coming on to the Business TV show. And just thanks, buddy. And I look forward to speaking with you very, very soon.
My pleasure, big brother. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night.
So I hope that you enjoyed that interview with Ron Bercume. Check him out at ronbercume.com. And I hope you enjoyed the overall segment, the I Hate Guru segment, because we have many, many more key interviews with folks, highly influential folks who are going to help us to, what I'm going to try to do is excavate information from their mind and apply it to our world to figure out how their information can help us to get out of busyness. So check back on future shows. It's now time for our Productivity Sucks segment. This is a segment in which we take a look at websites, software, applications, and tool sets that help your productivity to not suck. In today's episode of Productivity Sucks, I'm taking a look at a website called Evernote. Now, Evernote allows you to gather all those random thoughts that you have that maybe are sitting out on sticky notes or on random piece of paper and bring them all into one centralized location. And not just one physical location, but one location that allows you to access it from anywhere, from any of your computers or any of your PDAs, phones, whatever you may have from an electronic perspective. So you're going to want to take a look at this right now, Evernote. This is a site that allows you to remember everything. It allows you to capture anything and everything from anywhere and access it from your iPad, your iPhone, your Android, your computer, on, and even to share notes with other users. So from here, you can create a free account or upgrade to a premium account. But let's take a look at the inside of Evernote. Now here's the inside of my account. And inside this particular account, you'll see in the center section here notes that I have created. Now I set one note here just for an example, and it's this one right here called Productivity Sucks. So I can go ahead and open up that note. I can see the tags that I put with it, I assigned to it. You can see the note itself, which is actually right here. I just typed in evernote.com and yourwebsite.com, and I used a bulleted list. You can have note attributes. You can print the note. You can email the note. You can delete it. You can edit it. You can add a new note. I'll go ahead and click that. Put new note here. Put whatever tag I want. Let's say shoes. And the note is, I want to remember that there's an awesome pair of Nike shoes that I saw and talked to somebody about, and they're the the XLR 100s. I'm just making that up, but the Nike shoes XLR 100. I'll go ahead and save and close that note. So what's cool about this is this allows you to just download things and get them off your mind, put them somewhere where you can store them and go back to them later. Think about this from both a business and a personal perspective. Rather than carrying around pads of paper and writing things down, put it into Evernote. This allows you to access it at any time from anywhere. Now if you upgrade, let's take a look at the premium service here. The premium service for Evernote for only $5 a month or $45 per year gets you, an increased allowance for bandwidth and storage. You can also increase your maximum note size to 50 megs, access previous copies of notes where you can actually keep histories, the historical changes of your notes, and you can access your notebooks offline and search PDFs. You get premium support. Listen, I'm not here advocating Evernote for you to buy the premium service, but I am saying that Evernote is something that can literally change the way that you record and store and access your knowledge. So I would highly recommend that you give Evernote a try. Even the free version here, there's some very, very cool things here. They're going to help you increase your productivity by, number one, clearing your mind so that you can think about and get really focused and immerse yourself into the tasks at hand. But beyond that, it also allows you to quickly go back and find things, to condition your environment so that you know exactly where something is when you need to go find it and reference it, or you're ready to take on that next project, and you can go back and look up all the ideas that you put down. So remember, evernote.com is evernote.com, and I'd highly recommend that you check it out. So welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed that episode of our Productivity Sucks Vault and on the website called Evernote. So I would encourage you to visit evernote.com today. Create your free account there and consider a premium account as well for the advantages that it gives you. There's no monetary benefit for me for recommending that. It's just a tool that I personally use, and I would therefore like to recommend to you to improve your productivity. If you like that episode, you can visit busyness.com. I'd welcome you. Come visit busyness.com and click on at the very top, you'll see Productivity Sucks. Click on that and you'll be able to watch all of our Productivity Sucks episodes. That concludes our show for today. I'd like to thank you for being here. St. Patrick's Day. It's now time to roll on out. Maybe catch the NCAA tournament, throw back a few of your favorite beverages or whatever you have in your plans for today. But I'd like to thank you for spending your St. Patrick's Day here at the Busyness TV show with me. And I encourage you to come back next Thursday and each and every Thursday thereafter to catch new episodes of the show as they're released. And so we can notify you of those new releases. Please make sure that at busyness.com you enter your name and email address to download a free copy of our Business Manifesto and be added to our notification list. Or go to iTunes. If you're a Mac user and you use iTunes, go to iTunes and search the Busyness TV show. You'll find it there every week on a video podcast. As always, make sure that you're commenting to me. I would love to hear your comments on this episode, things that you'd like to see, things that you like, things that you don't like. So with that, I'm Dr. Brad Semp, and we'll see you next week right here. Take care. Bye-bye.